AI chatbots might be rewiring our brains in ways we're only beginning to understand. When we outsource thinking to large language models like ChatGPT, we fundamentally change how we interact with information. Traditional internet searches require following your own train of thought, sifting through multiple sources, and actively engaging with information. This process feels like part of your own thinking, but AI chatbots flip this dynamic entirely. You pose a question and receive a beautifully packaged, personalized answer that feels satisfying, but transforms you from an active seeker into a passive consumer of information. A groundbreaking MIT study, led by Dr. Natalia Kuzmina, reveals the neurological consequences of this shift. Researchers recruited 54 college students to write 3 short essays under different conditions while wearing EEG headsets to monitor brain activity. One group used only their brains, another could use Google searches without AI features, and a third group had full access to ChatGPT. The results were striking and concerning. Students who relied on ChatGPT struggled to remember what they had written. They literally could not quote their own essays afterward. This memory failure didn't affect students who used their brains alone, or those who used traditional internet searches. The brain scans revealed why. People using AI showed significantly lower neural connectivity across regions associated with attention, memory retrieval, and creativity. Their brains were essentially doing less work, and the reduced activity was measurable. The study also revealed a homogenizing effect. Students using AI converged on remarkably similar answers to broad questions like, what does happiness look like? This happens because ChatGPT aggregates responses from millions of users, feeding back the most common answers rather than encouraging original thinking. The essays became what researchers described as soulless and boring. Perhaps most telling was the 4th session, where researchers switched conditions. Students who had used ChatGPT for 3 sessions then attempted to write using only their brains. Their neural connectivity dropped compared to students who had been thinking independently. They had essentially lost cognitive capacity they would have otherwise developed. Conversely, students who first learned to write independently and then used AI tools showed enhanced neural connectivity. They could leverage AI to augment their existing abilities rather than replace them. This pattern aligns with other emerging research. A Harvard study found that while AI tools make people feel more productive at work, they simultaneously reduce motivation. Carnegie Mellon researchers warn that outsourcing thoughts to AI leaves minds atrophied and unprepared, potentially deteriorating cognitive faculties that should be preserved. The concept of cognitive offloading isn't new. Humans have always used tools to extend brain capacity, from writing systems to GPS navigation. These tools typically handle specific tasks while preserving core human capabilities, but AI presents a different challenge. When we let large language models write essays or code, we're outsourcing critical thinking and creativity, fundamental aspects of human cognition. The key distinction lies in sequence and application. Using GPS for navigation offloads spatial memory, which many people consider expendable. But using AI for thinking and writing surrenders capacities central to learning and intellectual development. The MIT study suggests we should attempt challenging tasks ourselves before turning to AI assistance. This approach allows AI to augment rather than replace human capabilities. Major AI companies remain largely silent about these cognitive impacts. OpenAI hasn't formally responded to the MIT findings, and CEO Sam Altman has yet to address concerns about AI's effects on human cognition. This silence is particularly troubling given the rapid deployment of these tools across educational and professional settings. The implications extend beyond individual users. AI-generated content is increasingly difficult to distinguish from human-created material, contributing to information authenticity challenges. Unlike previous technologies that changed how we consume information, AI simultaneously creates and potentially solves problems, reducing creative and original thinking across users. Learning skills independently before using AI tools produces better outcomes than immediate AI reliance. Long-term cognitive effects remain unknown as these tools are too new for comprehensive study. AI companies have not adequately addressed research showing potential cognitive harm. The technology's newness presents both opportunities and risks. We lack long-term data on students who began using ChatGPT as freshmen and how they'll perform in their careers. We don't understand how AI use during elementary education might affect adult cognitive development. These questions require longitudinal studies, tracking users over years or decades. The challenge isn't whether to use AI tools, but how to use them wisely. The most effective approach appears to be developing human capabilities first, then leveraging AI to enhance rather than replace those abilities. This means struggling through difficult problems, writing,